Hey, what's up, guys? So, we just had the CAF Champions League action. It was Mamelodi Sundowns going up against Limpopo. Sundowns win the 1-3-1. Yep, comfortably so. They should have scored more. A little bit of complacency in the first half, which I didn't like, but they got 3 points, and that's the most important thing. Now we got to talk about Nuno Santos, the new new player at Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, when you see him, you can tell that he is a player that was brought in to sort of replace Ribeiro, not necessarily like for like, but it was like Resinho and Santos were brought in to sort of be those ceiling raisers at Mamelodi Sundowns, to be those different makers, and which was beautiful to see in terms of the first goal having to be scored. They started to gain that synergy. But with Nuno Santos, the difference between him and Ribeiro, for example, Ribeiro has got that Brazilian flair. You know, Ribeiro is able to take the ball from there and run all the way there and dribble everybody and score. He's able to his dribbles are just absolutely unbelievable, having to strike at goal as well. So the difference between him and Ribeiro is with Santos, he has to be nearer to goal in order to be dangerous. I like the late runs he makes. I like the passes that he makes when he's in the final third as well. So you would probably have to say Ribeiro has got more star quality than what a Nuno Santos has. But Nuno Santos you have to keep him there to be dangerous. Whereas Ribeiro can pick up the ball from there and be dangerous in any way, in any situation with regards to the game in terms of having to find those passes. So you have to keep Santos over there. But Resinho and Santos, the one thing I'd have to say for them is they've been brought in ceiling raisers, as I've mentioned, in terms of what Rulani would say. They're supposed to be the ones who raise the bar in terms of what Elende has done to raise the bar. When you bring in these imports from outside, you have to be able to, or exports or imports, you get what I'm saying, right? When you bring in them from outside, they have to be able to bring in something different, and they have to provide that for Mamelodi Sundowns. So the fact that they got in on the assist and the goals, it was good for them. They need to keep going. I think his numbers at this current moment I think it's 5 goal involvements in 8 games for Santos, so which is really good. And Resinho as well is picking up form. You can tell that at the start he wasn't necessarily fit, but it's coming together, that's for sure. And these two boys need to be those quality difference makers in terms of what Ribeiro was doing. Because to replace Ribeiro, who in my mind is one of the best players I've ever seen in the PSL, by the way, one of the best players that I've ever seen in the PSL, is something that they need to be able to do. So they're not going to have the flair that Ribeiro is going to have, but they have to almost match the numbers that he had, and which I think they're capable. If you keep them there, if you have them dropping deep, I don't think they're going to be as effective. But that's something that I think Coach Miguel Cardozo will have to do. Look out for a video that I'm going to post with regards to Miguel Cardozo tomorrow on my YouTube. Be tuned. I appreciate everybody that watches my content.